What is going on, guys? Mike here. We're back. Got the Pro Truck behind me. Short little video today about what's going on with the Sprint and the Pro Truck. Got a couple things to do with the Pro Truck before we take it back out on the track. Again, we get I think it was last video, put the alternator kit on it, so that should solve some of our charging system issues. Got to cut out the radiator on this, bring it out, go through a couple things on it. We're not going to do that today, but today's video is just going to be kind of a run around of what I have going on. The weather in Florida, it's our wet season now, so it's hard to do a lot with all the rain we've been having. It's actually going to rain in the next 5 minutes or so. But something I want to bring up, it is also our love bug season. We went down to 417 to watch the truck races. A couple guys pulled off the track to get their windshields clean because the love bugs are so bad. See, there's one there. They're just everywhere. My truck, everything's just covered in it. So just something to know. Florida love bug season. They'll get in your mouth, get everywhere. It's just terrible. But yeah, truck, Sprint, we're going to go through a couple things, and that'll be the video for today. So the truck, a couple things we're going to do is, this was originally cut out, but I want to make this nicer. I want to cut it flush, drill the other hole down here, cut it flush, same thing on both sides, and add a screen in between here. The tape was here, but just open it up a little bit more and then throw tape back over it. And then when we need to pull the tape off, we do have a larger opening for the radiator, just to get more air in there. But other than that, though, as far as the truck, it's just fixing the front air dams. The alternator wiring, I've got to run an alternator wire to the back of the battery to get that system charging. Everything else on here is pretty much done. It's just wiping it down, going fluid checking it, put new tires on it, and going through the brakes. I'm having a little issue where last practice I had an issue where I'd go into the corner and it would want to loop around. I had too much rear bias, so I started cranking up the front bias, and it just doesn't seem like I have enough brakes. So that'll be something we'll have to look at. Put more front brake to it. I don't know if it's maybe I got a master cylinder that's bypassing pressure or what, but we'll have to take a look at that because I'd rather have more brakes than power. Brakes make you faster, I don't care what anyone says. But also too, I got the winch hooked up in this because like last night at the 417 race, I seen a couple trucks get really messed up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna need to put a winch in this thing, because if we end up on that end of the stick, we're not gonna be able to load it with our hands and a jack and come along. I mean, it come along and work, but it won't work as nice as a winch. You can just hook up to it and drag the wreck thing back in the trailer. But go ahead and show you the winch on this and how I hooked it up. Okay, got a couple of tools here. I gotta squeeze through here. Small trailer. Oh, I don't got a lot of room. The truck slid over in transit. I'm gonna have to put more straps on it. Dang love bugs. So I'll put more straps on it. Slid over to the left side. But the winch is bolted in. Got the hook. So it's bolted into the floor. Nice and sturdy. And what I did was I got some all thread. I put two nuts on the top, all thread to the bottom. It's got washers, big giant fender washers, so it spreads the surface area of the load, so it won't want to try to pull through the floor. And it's also got a large plate on the bottom of it. I've got all the wiring and stuff for the winch too. I just have not hooked up because I've got to put my battery in here too. So I'm thinking of running the battery off the front of the tongue of the trailer and just running the wires up through, because I do have power in here, but I don't want to run an inverter to convert it over and this and that. It's not worth it for the time. But I'll show you the outside on what we did there, so you can see how it is hooked up. The winch. So it just rained, so the cardboard's a little wet. So underneath, I've got to cut them down. But basically through the floor, through part of the steel of the trailer, and then through a piece of box tubing. And it's only a 3,500 pound winch. It's no big, huge, massive winch and this and that. So it just rolls through the bottom of the trailer, piece of square tubing, bolted through, double nutted, Loctite, big fender washers to kind of spread out some of the load if it does get a real heavy load on it. I will run an idler on the truck. Well, an idler that I can hook up on the truck so I could double the load capacity of the winch, so it's less hard on the winch, less load on it. So I'm gonna extend the life of the winch. But that's all it is. It's just ran through on both sides. See if I can show that, if it's coming up or not. Ran through both sides, and it's bolted through and pinched through the center frame of the trailer here. So I mean, it's pretty strong, and the center frame comes all the way to the front, so it's not going to pull that through or rip it through because it's a giant, nice piece of rec tube. And then it comes to the center there. Not bad, rust-wise, for a 1998 trailer. It's moving it, but I got it strapped down in the front too, so it's trying to pull through 2 straps in the front and 1 in the back. Okay, after drilling out the holes and cutting all my pieces out and getting sweaty and covered in love bugs that stick to you after a while, got it cut out. Now all we got to do is come in here with the file and clean everything up a bit, so that way it's not so jagged. But that looks a whole lot better than it was with just a couple holes, and what do you call it, too, it opens up quite a bit. So go ahead and clean that up and then wipe all the excess rubber off of it so it doesn't get, because in Florida this trailer will get freaking hot and then the rubber will stick to it and it'll look bad. So go ahead, clean it up, clean all the rubber off. And this ain't no promo or nothing, but I get this stuff off of Amazon, this Lucas Slick Mist, and I use it on the Sprint, I use it on the truck, and it's cheap and it works. I mean, it takes grime off, it polishes up pretty good. So, and I bought 2 bottles for like 11 bucks off Amazon, 2-day shipping. It's cheaper than McGuire's or anything else out there. So, not endorsing them or anything, but this is really good. Lucas Slick Mist, I mean, it works pretty good. Helps keep all the dirt and stuff off there. Boy, let me tell you, it is hot in Florida today. I'm starting to think all that global warming stuff is true. I mean, it's just scorching hot. If it ain't raining, it's hot. But, got the truck done. Alright, got it all taped up now. It's a bit harder with that much cut out of it, but it's going to hold and it's going to stay, so not bad. So, we just taped it up, and then we get to the track. We'll see what we run for tap, and pull it off as needed, get the right temp. But other than that, though, that finishes the front. We're going to see if we can throw some new seals on here real quick before we get blasted again with rain and lightning and all the good stuff that comes along with Florida living paradise. Here's the seal. The seal just is split. Just done. So that is junk. And this is a Holley 4412. I've had Spectre, I've had all kinds of different gaskets or seals on here, and I've had problems with almost all of them except the Holley. So being cheap sometimes does not pay off. Sometimes it pays off in the long run just to buy OEM or what you really need, because in the long run you end up spending more on cheaper crap that adds up to the actual part you need. So this thing rolls so much easier than my old car. My old car I had to use both hands. This thing literally, I can literally just hold on. Here, little bump here, okay. 1 finger over the bump, in we go. And now she's rolling back to me.